Hi, Martin here from Profuro here again, and I'm in my Profuro gear, and it's so comfortable while wearing and so good for movement that I can even wear it cleaning my bike. So the first thing you need for cleaning your bike is a good stand. This is always a good stand for maintenance and working on your bike. It brings it up to a level which you can work at so you're not always on your knees. They're only about 45 bucks from Aldi, very cheap but very sturdy, very good quality. Okay, to clean your chain you need a gadget like this. This makes it so much easier to clean. It's got a series of brushes inside that actually clean your chain, clean the gunk out of your chain really effectively with some degreaser. So to clean your bike you need something like degreaser, and you need something like this bike shampoo to help get all the dirt and muck off it. Remember, keeping a clean bike keeps a clean mind, makes it go faster, as everybody knows. Okay, and here we are, and here's the bike. It's all filthy and dirty and just ready for a clean. So the first thing we're going to do is move the chain down into one of the middle rings, which is one of the where the well-worns are, right? So I've filled up to the fill line here with degreaser. So to put on is actually very easy. You just slot your chain in here like such. This implement goes over the top and then locks in here. Then the handle locks it in. Okay, we're now ready to degrease the chain. So we just move the chain like such slowly and let it do its work. Okay, so what we need to do here is just get this compact all nicely covered with degreaser. Okay, so it's all in there. We're not finished with it yet, we're just loosening off the material. And what we do is we just continue with this chain, keep whirring it around. Okay, so now we take it off. If you look inside there, look how filthy that is, right? And I clean my chain regularly, so it picks up stuff very easily from the road and just dust and dirt and so forth. And if we look in here, as we tip out the degreaser, it's just black, okay? So you really need to clean your chain really regularly. So when you've got everything now all nicely starting to be cleaned, we can now just get a scrubbing brush and give it a good brush. A good brush like this will get into the gears and allow them to get all that muck out. When you got it all gummed up like this, it really provides friction, and friction is, you know, your enemy when riding your bike. You've got to get rid of as much friction as possible. Okay, remember to clean off your jockey wheels. They always accumulate a whole lot of stuff, so just get the brush in here and run it through, and because it's got some degreaser on it, that gunk should come off pretty easy. So even getting an old toothbrush or something in there just to get to the places where you can't get, that really helps clean the gunk right off your running gear. Yep. Okay, so now we just wash everything down and just get under the hose, a little bit of pressure there, and as you can see, now the degreaser is working and just getting everything off. Now remember, this is just a quick clean, okay? This doesn't substitute a proper clean where you've got to take everything apart and then really degrease it and really clean it. This just gets everything and keeps everything in working order. Okay, so remember you need to do your big ring and your little ring as well. I wouldn't concentrate any of the spray towards the power meter. I'll just keep it around that because you don't want to get any water in there. Okay. So generally what I do, I've just got muck off here. It's just a detergent that you use for your bike, because your bike always accumulates a lot of dirt and a lot of crap from the road, especially without the mud guards. It gets flicked up from the tires, a lot of dust, and it stays on there. And it's always good to make sure that your bike is looking and running well. So just give it a little liberal spray and then wash off. Notice I've switched to the seat post. The bike can just hang there in equilibrium and the pressure's off the mainstay here. And you just wipe all the dirt and muck from the bike, clean in between the forks here. Alright, so when you're done, just give your bike a wipe down, just get all the loose water off it so that it doesn't stain. Just make sure it's all nice and clean. And then the next thing, what we're going to do, make sure the chain is dry. What you need to do is you make sure you got to lube your chain and then not ride it for a few hours, because if you lube it, and I'm not talking about dry wax or whatever, I'm just talking about normal bike lube. If you lube it now, it's just going to spray everywhere. So you've got to let it set for a couple of hours before you go. So what I usually do after cleaning and doing a good degrease is I lube it once, leave it for an hour or two, then I lube it again, and then leave it for an hour or two, and then I go for a ride, right? Make sure that after you lube, you work it through so it works through all the links and works into your compact. So make sure that your chain is in your middle, or around the middle gears that you use, because these are the ones that you use a lot. And so we want to get some lube down in there and on the sprocket as well. Okay, the last thing I do is after I wash my bike is I go around with a bit of WD-40 and I just spray on all the shiny bits and all the little bits that need a little bit of lubrication, just to make sure that the water's been expelled from those areas.